Today we're going to have a look at an inexpensive action cam. This is the VR360. I'm not 100% certain where they came up with the VR360 name because this is not a 360 degree viewing angle camera. It does have a very wide angle at 220 degrees, but again, it's not 360. Although it's not a true 360 degree camera, it does give you some 360-like capabilities, and we'll get to that in a bit. Now let's mention some of the features of this actual camera. It has three different modes. So the first mode is VR 1920 by 1440 at 30 frames per second. The second mode is another VR, which is 1440 by 1080 at 30 frames per second. Then it has a 16 by 9 mode, which is the one I kind of prefer. 1920 by 1080 at 30 frames per second. That's going to be more like your GoPro style view. Already mentioned, has a super wide angle lens at 220 degrees, 1.5 inch screen, Wi-Fi, 1200 milliamp battery, which gives you about 2 hours on the 1440 by 1440 mode. The camera actually comes with a nice variety of accessories. The accessories alone will typically set you back what this camera cost. Currently we've got the helmet cam mount here, which we actually had taped to that RC car, if you watch the footage. One of the mounts here, this is the best mount of the bunch, which is the bicycle mount or the handlebar mount. It's pretty thick. You could probably put it on a roll bar. This is what I used on the bicycle footage. If you watch that on my grandson's bike and my own bike, I used this particular mount right here. You get this clip-in mount right here that goes to the actual bicycle mount. I have two of those. And you get this mount, which screws into the bottom of the camera to allow you to use this mount here. I have two of those as well. You get a variety of Velcro here, so you can actually Velcro it to your wrist or anything like that. You get a charging cable. You get a cloth to clean the lens. Last but certainly not least, you get a remote, a splash-proof remote, so you can actually turn the camera off with this. You cannot turn it on, but you can turn it off by holding it down. That would be hitting it once, takes a picture. Hitting this one once, starts a video. So again, if you watch the footage, you can tell I've already damaged this a little bit. There is a scratch right there, but even with that scratch, it still takes excellent video. I'm actually really surprised. The video is really, really clear, probably cleaner than some of the GoPros I've used in the past. Now, since it doesn't have a protective case around it, it does not replace a GoPro. Had I had a GoPro, I could have prevented that scratch right there. To use this camera, it couldn't be any easier. So here's your power button. You hold that down for a couple seconds. You'll see it comes on. And it starts in the last mode that you had. So this is the highest mode, which is the VR mode. If we hit this center button here, that will start recording, but we do not have a card in there. If we want to switch modes, we hit the power button again just once. That is the 16 by 9, which is my favorite mode. If we hit it again, we've got the lower mode, which is a picture. Hit it again, we'll go through our settings. So you can watch the video, select photos, change your settings. And to select those, you hit the center button, the record button, to do so. Go back to that. And then you've got another button at the top here, which is your Wi-Fi button. So if you hit that, they actually have a pretty nice app that you can use with your phone. So you hit the Wi-Fi on the camera, which we just did, and then you actually connect to that Wi-Fi from your phone. You can see we're connected, the iCam R360. And they actually have an app that you can download. It's called Easy iCam. Click it, click, and you've connected to the camera. So I'm turning around here. It's pretty quick. You can also change the modes right up here. So we'll do the 16:9, which is the 1080, I believe, right here. It'll take it a second or so to switch. There it is. And to record, you would hit the red button. Of course, we do not have a card in there right now. We'll go ahead and lay the camera on its back. That's where we get into the 360-like features right here. So it's 220-degree viewing angle. It's pretty close to 360 when you're using it in this mode, but the only bad thing is you're actually going to have to do that from your phone. So in other words, if I upload this video to YouTube, if I did this, you're not going to be able to spin it around or anything like that. With live video, you would be able to, like on Facebook or Twitter or on Instagram, but not for YouTube. Another nice thing about the app is it gives you your battery level, which you can see we're almost dead. And you can see we can also flip it upside down. So technically, these little bulbs here at the top, you can see we're changing our angles. We're totally upside down now. And on the other side, you've got your USB charging jack right here. You've got your HDMI port, which I don't think I mentioned, and the micro SD slot. Battery, if you needed to remove it, really simple. Got a little pull tab, and you pull it out. Watch the video in its entirety. You can tell I kind of put this through the paces. Put it on my lawnmower, put it on my grandson's bike, put it on my own bike, and also put it on that RC car. And overall, I thought the video quality was excellent. I was quite surprised. My only disappointment is to get that kind of simulated VR mode, you're going to have to mount the camera like this. And you could certainly do that with some of these accessories, but it's not real practical when putting on a bike and that kind of thing. Depending on where you can put it, it kind of limits your ability to do so. On the RC car, it would have never have worked out. If I could have taped it to the case here, then on the RC car, that would have worked out great. But this is the battery cover. It would have popped off. So it can be mounted that way. It's just the applications I used it for in the testing did not allow me to do so. Uploading to YouTube, you wouldn't be able to see that feature anyway. Overall, I think this is an excellent buy. The only thing you need to come out of pocket with when you buy this would be a micro SD card to actually start recording. And the price of the complete package is almost what you would spend on accessories alone. And these accessories do work on other GoPro style products, such as the handlebar mount. I'm using it on a GoPro style camera right here. Don't forget to check out the description below. I'll have links where you can purchase this camera from Banggood as well as Amazon. Also, feel free to post any questions, comments, or shoot me a PM. Subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.